She was 62, grieving, tired, and alone in a strange city, but when she woke up, her hotel room was gone. Her name wasn't in the system. No one had ever seen her before, and what happened next changed everything. Evelyn Carter had never traveled alone, but after losing her mother, a woman who had been her best friend, her anchor, her entire world, Evelyn needed to breathe. She booked a flight to Charleston, South Carolina, a quiet city, historical beautiful. She thought walking cobblestone streets and hearing ocean waves might soften the ache in her chest. She checked into a modest hotel off King Street, room 409, she remembered because that was the same number as her mother's. Old apartment, a sign maybe Evelyn unpacked slowly. Her mother's scarf, lavender soft, was the first thing she hung on the chair. She called the front desk to ask about local gardens. Then she went to sleep early, exhausted by grief. But the next morning, everything was wrong. She stepped out for a quick coffee at 7 a.m. when she returned her key. Didn't work. She walked to the front desk. Hi, I'm in 409. My key must have demagnetized. The clerk looked confused. Mom, we don't have a 409 booked right now. May I have your name? Evelyn Carter, he typed. He paused. Typed again. I'm sorry, Miss Carter. We don't have any reservation under your name? Not yesterday. Not today. She felt her stomach sink. I checked in yesterday. I spoke to a young woman here. Dark hair, glasses. She helped me. There's no one by that description on staff. She blinked. Was she dreaming? I left my suitcase, my wallet, my phone. Everything's inside. A manager was called, security checked. They escorted her to room 409. The door was open. The room was empty. Pristine sheets, folded military tight. Not a trace of Evelyn. No lavender scarf. No suitcases. No coffee mug. Nothing. They asked if she had taken medication, if she was sure about her travel dates. If someone had dropped her off, she tried calling her sister. But without her phone, she couldn't remember the number. Her hands shook her knees. Gave out, Mom, the manager said gently. Do you have anyone we can call for you? I'm not crazy, she whispered. I was here. They took her to a nearby hospital for evaluation. The nurse was kind. The psychiatrist was calm, but she saw it in their eyes. The doubt, the quiet assumption that maybe grief had finally cracked her, and maybe it had. Because Evelyn herself started to wonder that night in the hospital bed, something came back to her. A small boy, a guest in the hotel elevator, he had been playing with a blue toy dinosaur. She remembered because he offered it to her. She told the nurse, who hesitated, but eventually made a call to the hotel. The clerk did recall a guest with a child checking out that morning. They were able to track down the mother, Lisa Reynolds. And yes, Lisa remembered Evelyn. I saw her in the elevator. She complimented my sons. Toy said she was visiting from New Jersey. It was the confirmation Evelyn needed. But still, it didn't explain why her reservation had vanished, why her belongings were gone, why even the staff had no memory. 3 days later, Evelyn's sister flew in with her. Came answers and heartbreak. You never booked the Hotel Eve, her sister said gently. You meant to, but you called me that night crying. You said you were scared. You never actually flew to Charleston. Evelyn stared at her breathless. But the boy, the room, Evelyn. Her sister whispered, You've been here in New Jersey. You've been in Mom's house the whole time alone. She showed her call logs, a time-stamped voicemail. Even hospital cameras revealed. Evelyn had been brought in by a neighbor, dazed, barefoot, confused. There was no hotel in Charleston, no room 409, no boy with a dinosaur. Evelyn had suffered a rare kind of grief-induced dissociation. Her mind created a comforting illusion, a getaway, a hotel. Even kind strangers to escape the unbearable pain in her story. She had control. She had a lavender scarf and a room with a number that mattered, but in real life she had lost herself. And that perhaps was the final echo of her mother's absence. The room Evelyn really lost wasn't made of walls and sheets. It was the room in her soul where she felt safe. Evelyn is better now. Mostly she's receiving help. She keeps a journal, and in it, she's written the hotel story. Every detail down to the carpet pattern, because even if it wasn't real, it felt like it was, and maybe that's what memories are, sometimes rooms we return to, even if they've long disappeared. If you've ever lost someone and felt the world blur, you're not alone. Grief doesn't always look like tears. Sometimes it looks like vanished hotel rooms. If this story moved, you share it, and if you felt invisible, leave a comment. We see you subscribe for more true human stories that matter.